Okay, so it's been, I'd say, about a week since I've done a video. And first of all, my sleeping is very messed up. I sleep in the daytime and I'm awake at night. And I think that has to do with, they said, safety and such. December is really hard for me. This time of year, I'm very distracted. See my kitty? Isn't he cute? But this time of year is really difficult for me. I was adopted when I was 11, and I'm 27 now. And I was adopted when I was 11 on the 23rd of December. And I since don't talk to my adoptive family. And they had in their head, actually, most people have in their head, that they want me to be theirs because they thought of it not as they were giving me a Christmas present, but that I was giving them a Christmas present because they couldn't have children and I was theirs and they owned me. So that part's kind of hard around this time of year. Also, the last December 19th, I was drugged and raped, and that wasn't very um, that wasn't a really good time. I ended up in hospital for Christmas, and they were not helpful. It's strange. I'm always trying to find ways to help myself. Always trying to fix it. Always trying to fix the depression, come up with a different thing. Um, Last night and part of today, I've spent most of the day finding audio recordings because I get really tired and I don't want to read. So maybe I can listen to the audio recordings. Maybe I can change my negative thinking. I went to therapy. What's today? Today's Tuesday. Yesterday. And he says that it may be possible that this is it. This is the depression. This is what I have pretty much for life. And he's like, so are you going to give up? And I get frustrated because I do everything that I can. And when I say I do everything, I mean, I go as far as to make a list of everything that needs to be done. I go as far as trying to plan out my day and make a list and be like, okay, so here's what I need to do. I need to start exercising. So I'll make an exercise plan and then I'll fix it and be like, oh, okay, so there's no set in stone thing so that I don't feel bad about myself if I can't do it one day. And then I'm like, okay, now I'm going to start drinking water because I forget to eat and drink water when I get really depressed. And if I don't remember, then I found this app online. And so then I have this app that reminds me to drink water. So then I start to drink water. Then I try to get myself to start sleeping at a decent time. Then I try to start eating. Then I try to start being social. And I do all of these things. And I'm like, okay, what else can I do? Well, self-hypnosis. So then I go on YouTube and I try to find self-hypnosis things. And then I try to meditate. And then I try to read books. And then I try to find ways like, okay, well, what is it I need to work on? Last year I didn't know boundaries. So I Googled, what are boundaries? How to find out what your boundaries are. Since I did that, I now have this clear view of what my personal boundaries are, and I will not cross them. It's frustrating that I had to come up with it and my psychologist didn't. But I'm always thinking of ways to fix myself, and I need to stop learning to say fix because there's nothing wrong with me. I was damaged. And it's true. I've had a lot of people that have damaged me throughout the years. And it makes sense that you can't go through what I've gone through and not be affected. But at that same time, I used to function a lot better than I did 2 years ago. I was not happy ever. I had this permanent bubbly facade on, and I was a workaholic. I worked 60, 70, 80 hours a week, but I loved it, and I was always able to function. Maybe not happy, maybe I didn't feel any emotions, but I was able to function. And now I've missed so much school. I'm not stable enough to work because I don't know, how do I put it? I don't know how I'm going to be feeling from one moment to the next. I could be stable for, and sometimes I've even been stable for 3 weeks, and then all of a sudden I'm not okay again. How do you convince an employer to hire you, but then at the same time, how do you take care of yourself? You miss 3 weeks out of a month. What the hell are you gonna do for food, for rent? I'm trying to go to school. I'm trying to do something with my life, but my depression and my way of thinking gets in the way. And so I'm like, okay, well then how can I change my way of thinking? How can I alter it? How can I find a way to challenge my thoughts? How do I figure that out? And so then I Google, and then because I don't know. I don't know how to cope. I don't know how to deal with these things. I mean, I slept from 8 o'clock this morning till about 3:30, and I just was gone. I haven't cleaned my apartment. I haven't really done a whole lot of laundry. I did some laundry. I washed my bed, but my bed's in the living room because I haven't been in my bedroom because I get flashbacks, and it's so frustrating because you don't know what to do with yourself. I mean, if you're not, I have to start, my psychologist says I have to start thinking things as if it's not my fault and I shouldn't be angry at myself because I can't get myself to do dishes, that I should just say, this situation sucks. And I know that should be really easy to do, but it's not. Because no shit, the situation sucks, but I'm the one who can't get out of bed, and he tries to get me to not see it that way. And I have to get myself to have a shower or a bath. I think I'll go for a bath today. But the thing is that I so don't like to know what I'm thinking. I'm not very in touch with my feelings, and that's one thing that I work on. Because I want to control my feelings. I want to feel how I feel when I feel it, but I don't do that very well. I don't like emotions, and in my childhood, especially my foster home, you were punished quite brutally for crying, for feeling pride or feeling anything good about yourself. You were punished. So logically, it does make sense that I am having difficulty with saying good things and being good to myself. It's just, I never realized how hard I was on myself. To me, it just feels, well, normal. But I've come to the conclusion from other friends and even strangers that that's their first impression of me. You're extremely hard on yourself. And I'm like, okay, I get that, but I don't quite see it that way. I was a lot harder on myself 10 years ago. I couldn't look people in the eye. I didn't think I was a person. I can't even describe who I was 10 years ago. There's no way. I was just this empty, soulless person who people beat and used and abused, and I let them because I didn't know that I deserved better. I know that sounds really weird, but it's like in my foster home and with my other childhood things, it's like you're brainwashed. You just don't, it doesn't occur to you. It never ever occurred to me that I deserved better. Just didn't. For some reason, I was here and other people were like way up here. Okay, yeah, like this. And everyone else deserved love. They deserved respect. They deserved to feel safe and secure and be happy. But for some reason, I was in a separate category. And it took me the last couple years and I had to look at it logically. I had to logically look at it as I am a human being. By being a human being, I deserve love and affection and to feel safe and secure and to have people that care for me. And I know it seems like such common sense, but it wasn't for me. It just, sorry, that was my computer, but it wasn't for me. It wasn't common sense. So I've started trying to figure things out. My plan is to rest today. I don't quite feel so good, and I'm looking around and I'm like, oh, I should be doing this. But you know what? I can't. Not today. So tomorrow, the plan is going to study with a woman and figure that out, and then go to school Thursday and Friday. Oh, I do not look forward to that because I've missed so much time. And no, it's not my fault that I missed the time, because if I could have chose to miss the time, I never would have. But I feel like a child who's going to be punished, Even though I'm paying for it, I'm going through student loans, I'm paying for it, and they're working with me. I mean, the school's absolutely incredible that way. It's just, it feels like I'm in trouble. I guess it's the only way to describe it. And then that makes me feel really uncomfortable. And it's ridiculous because I'm a 27-year-old woman who lives by herself, who has her own rules. And it's strange how things can still make you feel like you're a child at times. So that's the plan, and to go and talk and figure things out. And I guess that's pretty much it. Today I'm going to work on trying to find an audio that might help me, that might help change my thoughts. I don't know how to change my thought patterns, because I'm doing better than I have been today because I'm more aware of things. I'm more aware of if a negative thought comes in my head and I'm like, no, fuck you, that's not how it is. But when I'm really depressed, I don't even think about saying fuck you. I think about, oh, okay, yes, that's true. Yeah, like I accept it. So how can I move on from that? Because I don't know. So I appreciate the people that watch and comment and offer support. Thank you very much. Um, I hope that people that go through depression or go through similar experiences know that there are other people who are also going through them, and to, I'm not going to say stay strong, because I always hated that, because when people say stay strong when you have a weak day, then you feel like you've done something wrong. So I'm going to say just remind yourself that it will pass, and that there are people that care about you, and that 100% you do matter. Thanks.